On terms of with the introduction of AI and generative AI, how has that changed the way insurance products are designed and priced?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I think, fundamentally, or in the very fundamental things, the way that insurance companies design and price the products has remained the same as before, I would say. So like the core principles of insurance have not been changed by that. But I think there are a few interesting nuances, let's say, and definitely still also a lot of potential in this area. So I think in general, I would probably mention the three ways in which I believe AI and Gen AI can or could influence the product development in the insurance industry. And I think the first one would probably be the introduction of like completely new products, right? So
Yeah.
maybe a more well-known example would be usage-based insurance, right? UBI. So probably like the most famous application of UBI would be something like a telematics product in car insurance, right? Basically means that you adjust the price of a car insurance policy according to the driving frequency and also the driving style of a policyholder. So obviously with artificial intelligence, it becomes more and more accessible also. It therefore
Yeah.
also becomes easier for insurers to analyze really those huge amounts of data that modern cars, modern age vehicles can produce, and then also be able to better understand what influences the probability of an accident, and by that also then better price such risks. I think in the category of new products, there is also a very interesting thing that I recently saw from Munich Re, is that they are starting to, or at least they're planned to offer insurance products and insurance coverage for AI models, right? So basically to give risk coverage in the case where an AI model makes a wrong decision or gives a wrong information. And that's basically a risk that, well, at least some risk carriers are now looking into whether or not you can, provide risk coverage for that. Is quite interesting.
Yeah.
I think similarly, there are also more and more innovative products on the market that basically use AI, combined with, for example, sensor data. Also non-motor insurance, right? I already mentioned the telematics example. But for example, there are also already startups, right, that offer, for example, home insurance products where the policyholder basically agrees to install a special sensor near the water pipe of their house, which can then gather a lot of data and uses AI in the background to detect, and obviously in the best case also predict if there's a water damage in the pipe or if there could be a water damage in the pipe soon. So if you combine, this data from those sensors with AI to predict damages, and you also have the AI getting better and better over time, insurers can also help their customers to basically prevent such damages, right? So not having the damage occurring in the first place, right? And if you have that, you can also offer the risk coverage at a lower premium, right? So I think we'll see a lot of new and interesting, innovative products also in the insurance market that basically use AI as a core component of their offering. So you also asked about the pricing, right, of insurance products.
Yeah.
And I think AI and Gen AI can also help actuaries in this case, to build more accurate risk simulations and risk models. So basically, this is just an evolution of the available algorithms that we have, right? So like traditionally, actuaries used a lot of generalized linear models, GLMs, and if they move towards, let's say, newer, more powerful algorithms, this will basically just also improve, let's say, just the risk pricing in insurance. And of course, they can also basically find ways to incorporate new learnings about the real world into their price adjustments, right? So here we go a little bit into the area of dynamic pricing. So, using the telematics car insurance example again, so we could imagine that if someone starts driving more safely at some point, or maybe, has basically looked at their last insurance premium invoice and realized they maybe should drive a bit more safely, obviously the AI system could and should detect this and then dynamically reduce their insurance premium. Maybe just very briefly, I think there's also an aspect of competitive pricing, right? So insurance markets, especially in Europe, become more and more competitive. So I think Gen AI tools could also, for example, analyze market trends, analyze the pricing of competitors on the market in real time, and then basically allow the company to adjust their rates in order to stay competitive. So yeah, definitely a huge area. And I think AI will definitely transform the product development in insurance, and maybe also in ways that, probably right now we cannot even predict, right?